Hey everybody, we are live here on Change Our Minds, and I'm here with my man Jody. And Jody, I know you are a major Mel Gibson fan. Go ahead, you just said it. He is where on you on top 10 directors?
Love me a Mel Gibson. Love me some Mel Gibson as an actor, but even more as a director. He is top 3 all time on my list. Mel Gibson is that dude. His record is unblemished. All of his films are fire. He is an amazing director.
What do you think of him as a person?
He is probably trash.
All right, so we are there.
Probably trash. Yes, he's probably trash.
It's interesting. He inspired the Hugging the Cactus name. Because there's a story he shares with Rob. He hugged a cactus, man. And Robert Downey Jr., when he got canceled, because we've got to remember, everyone's forgiven and moved on with Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was there and sort of came out at this big speech, and it tells how Mel Gibson brought him in and gave him, I think it was Air America or something, helped him get back on his feet, put him back out there, gave him another shot, helped him through a sort of recovery and alcoholism, etc., and sort of just helped him find a way. And then he said at the end of it is, I hope you just do it for somebody else. Take what you hear and do it. And then he's there giving a big speech, and that's after Mel Gibson had already been called out for some of the things that he'd done. And and Mel Gibson told him, like, as long as you hold your, just keep holding that cactus as long as you can to see the worst parts of yourselves, etc. And then Robert Downey Jr. makes this joke. I don't think Mel thought I would be doing it now to forgive him. And it's a pretty funny and actually inspiring clip. So it seemed like Mel Gibson genuinely has been working on himself, admits he's done those wrongs. He's been at that, he's faced that demon inside of him, addressed it. There's a lot of demons he's had, anti-Semitic, etc. There was thoughts or allegations of abuse. Some of it was on audio. So look, the guy's clearly done some trash stuff, but it seemed like he was working, trying to recover and come back to be a better place. And I do believe everybody can get there if you actually put in the work. And it seems like he was trying to. So that's where we stood with Mel Gibson. But now Winona Ryder is digging up old skeletons and is accusing him of making anti-Semitic and homophobic remarks. They asked her if she'd experienced anti-Semitism in the industry. She says, I have, in weird and interesting ways. There are times when people have said, wait, are you Jewish? Wait, you're Jewish, but you're so pretty. There was a movie that I was up for a long time ago, and it was a period piece, and the studio head was Jewish and just said she looks too Jewish to be in a blue-blooded family. None of that's cool. Let's be clear. None of that's good. So then she also recounted a disturbing run-in with Mel Gibson, which is a story she told over the years. She's told this story before. When we were at a crowded party with one of my good friends, Mel Gibson was smoking a cigar. We're all talking, and he said to my friend, who's gay, "Oh wait, am I going to get AIDS?" And then something came up about Jews, and he said, "You're not an oven dodger, are you?" Come on, Jody, you can't laugh at this. Ryder said Gibson tried to apologize later on. A spokesman for Gibson did not immediately respond to this, but that's terrible. That's not something you can say. Oh wait, am I going to get AIDS? Talking to a gay person, or gosh. You're not an oven dodger, are you? To a Jew? These are bad jokes, Mel. These are not a good look. Now she's unclear about when this was said, but it's important to note before we get into the story, Mel has denied these claims. Mel has come forward, these explosive claims by Winona Ryder, and said this is 100% untrue. A representative for Gibson said in a statement, she lied about it over a decade ago when she talked to the press, and she's lying about it now. Ryder accused Gibson of making anti-Semitic remarks, and they repeat the story again. So when Mel Gibson does his apology, they just repeat the bad, terrible thing he said. She lied about it. She lied about him trying to apologize to her back then. The representative said he did reach out to her many years ago to confront her about her lies, and she refused to address it with him. Gibson's one hot career. That's it. So Ryder did not respond to requests for comment. So we got an accusation of he said, she said about anti-Semitic remarks. The only thing I wish I would know is when was this? Even if it allegedly did happen, was this during his period where he was, saying anti-Semitic things? So, or is this something more recent that we would need to be worried about? Might be my only question on this. But I'm assuming it's back from that time where we already know he said a lot of trash stuff, right? So I'm hoping in this instance that he's still, like we said, in a better place. But these aren't good remarks. Jody, what do you think? You're a fan of Mel. Does this change your opinion at all?
No, it doesn't change my opinion. Look, we have to be able to separate the artist from the art itself. Mel Gibson is Some of that stuff is really out there, and I'm laughing. Don't it's not. I'm not laughing because I think that's funny.
No, you're laughing because it's
him,
stupid.
I think him being so blatantly racist like that, like it's just a part of life, wrecks my shit. Like that shit is crazy as heck to me, and it f's me up. So I would say that, and I often talk about this on my channel. Seinfeld is the greatest TV show to ever hit TV, in my opinion. I love that show. I probably could quote every episode. Michael Richards was Cosmo Kramer in that show. Michael Richards is a racist who does not like black people. He said that black people should have pitchforks up their butts, and if we were 100 years ago, and he said the N-word, 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 he's clearly racist. He does not like me because I am black and all my other brothers and sisters who are black. He doesn't. I still love me Kramer, though. I still watch Seinfeld, bro, and I love that character Kramer like no tomorrow. I still enjoy Seinfeld. Don't need to boycott it at all.
I love I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly.
You feel what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Don't like that guy, but
all
man.
day long. Let's go. You got to separate the two, man. Mel Gibson in his private life, bro, you effing up. But when he steps behind that camera or in front of that camera sometimes, it just hits, bro. It just hits. You know, a lot of people didn't like being around Michael Jordan. A lot of people had a lot of bad stuff to say about Michael Jordan. But guess what? I'm the best. When I'm on this court, get out the way. I mean, when you're good at something, you got to just...
So does that give you permission to just keep doing what you want to do? Or should... Look, when that stuff came out, let's be honest, right? It was pretty nasty stuff. He was caught on tape abusing his wife. Like, it made sense why he was canceled at that point for a period of time, right? I do think...
Bill Gates stop being the CEO of Microsoft because he doesn't like black people? He's the best at what he does. He's probably the most talented and capable person to run the company. So just because you don't like black people...
I mean, if you're blatantly racist, I do think that's dangerous.
Should we lose doctors and lawyers?
Yes,
and
because if a black patient comes on a table, they're not going to treat that patient correctly.
I'm talking about
when you said doctors. A lawyer also may not want to will take a case and be like, no, I think you're right.
There's corporate law too. It's not just criminal law. There's corporate law, and it's not just actual practice. There's science. Scientists. Should we lose scientists? Should we lose astrophysicists?
Potentially, yeah. If they're blatantly racist, if they're like Klans members, yeah.
No, I disagree. Sometimes we need people in their professions to achieve great human feats, bro. Sometimes they're just the best for the job.
I mean, if you're making the point of like, look, we got the head of the Klan is about to cure AIDS. Should we throw him in jail,
get him out
or
of there?
should we let him finish his formula?
The head of the Klan is on a breaking discovery on curing AIDS, but because he says he hates black people, get him out of there.
When you put it that way, I mean, yeah, I guess like, all right, he's going to finish the formula, but man,
it's tough. I understand it's tough.
That seems like that's a very rare situation, though.
It's not rare, bro. Astrophysicists and scientists.
Mel Gibson's not curing AIDS. Mel Gibson's making movies.
You know what? He cures mine. These movies. They help a lot of people.
His new movies kind of suck, though.
What happened?
His new movies kind of suck. I mean, the
last. Say that to Hacksaw Ridge, motherfreaker. What the heck did you just say? Hacksaw Ridge, Andy. Watch your mouth. What you talking about now?
I don't like
Hacksaw Ridge, one of the greatest war movies ever made, bro. Andrew Garfield. He turned tall Frankenstein.
That stupid accent of Andrew Garfield the whole movie.
Serious funny. What are you saying? Hacksaw Ridge, bro? He killed it.
Nah, it was half of a movy. Andrew Garfield with his accent and trying around and then just a gore fest at the end. I mean,
heck no. Oh heck no, you didn't. All right.
I mean, I was going to give him maybe Apocalypto. Sure.
All of it. Braveheart. Yeah. What are you talking about?
He's done. What about? Didn't he do something else? He's acted in some movies that have been garbage.
Yeah, he's acted in some stuff that is you could probably question.
Daddy's Home as a director. Too. He was kind of funny in Daddy's Home too.
Look, he was Mel Gibson in it.
He was Expendables 3, where he's the villain. He was Mel. Yeah. Look, I don't know if this should re-cancel him. Right, is where I'm at. I think the people who have made their mind up about Mel Gibson are not going to support Mel Gibson. This is only going to encourage.
What I'm trying to say here.
Reiterated that some people aren't going to like him.
If everyone got canceled and lost their job off some shit they said, we would have no professionals. We'd be empty out here, bro. I'm pretty sure that a doctor who has said the N-word who works at a hospital local near me, but I don't think he's probably racist. But he made a mistake, got really mad at this one black guy who was really pushing his buttons. He says, "Get you effing N-word." But he probably felt bad about it or whatever. Went messed up some boobs and shit. He was doing implants, kind of messed it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, could we make the same argument about John Campea? He made a mistake on that, but come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's still making reviews, right?
You can't just get them out of there, bro. You just can't get them out of there if they're good at what they do.
I see what you're saying. And David March, thank you for the donation, David. He just made a good point to echo this. LBJ was a massive racist, but he passed the greatest civil rights legislation in U.S. history. So there you go. He's sort of echoing what your point is. Like, okay, well, LBJ was a racist, but he did a lot of greater good at the end of the day because he was sort of there to do it. Look, I haven't thought about it that way, but all right, I hear you. I still don't think he's curing any science, Mel Gibson. But he's making movies. And the reality is, look, you have a choice whether you want to buy a Mel Gibson ticket or not, right? That's really the reality of it. And this comment to me is the same.
And who is Winona Ryder to call out Mel Gibson, you thief? What are you talking about? You from the past. You talking about digging up skeletons. You're a kleptomaniac, bruh. Winona Ryder. Who the heck are you to bring up someone's dirt?
It's weird. You're right. Why would you bring up? Because she is a victim of cancel culture way back in the day. She didn't get a lot of work back then because of people making those accusations about her.
Exactly.
But I guess one would say, well, look, someone's kleptomania past when they're young isn't the same as someone who's a blatant anti-Semite, right?
This broad had millions of dollars in her bank account, snatching up Gucci purses and scarves and shit. What's wrong with her? She's a kleptomaniac. Let me tell you something right now. If I'm inviting, hey, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If I'm rich. And I got a Beverly Hills mansion, I'm letting Mel Gibson in my house before I let her in my house.
Yeah, and if Mel Gibson shows up to your house, then he must not be racist. So there you go. You've solved the problem.
Home, Andy? Who are you going to let in your home?
Yeah.
The one who don't like black people, or the one that might steal all your shit?
Well, as a white person, probably Mel Gibson, way safer. Because he doesn't hate me, apparently. I'm not Jewish or black or a woman, so I'm safe.
I'm good, bro. You go freaking drape's missing. What happened to my drape, honey? The drape is missing. She didn't even take the whole thing. It's weird.
Look, I don't like. But you make a valid point. She shouldn't be calling out and canceling people when she's got that. Why? And did she pull this up, or is this an old? I'm trying to. Where did this even come from?
It's out the past too. You really should freaking back off. Freaking look at yourself first.
I guess she's just repeating a story. Yeah, because this Sunday Times article is new, June 21st. So she's just reiterating a story. It's weird. She just is reiterating this same story. That why keep rehashing the past?
Now it's like, what is worse, racist or?
Here we go. Here's a question. Okay, Myra, thank you, Myra, for the support. Okay, I'm going to go there. What about Bill Cosby or Harvey Weinstein? Can we separate the work they did over the evil men they are? Very valid question from Myra, because look, both those guys are trash. Yeah. The definition of trash, those two guys are horrific, horrible people.
I'm ready to go there.
But the Cosby Show was a pretty great show, Jody.
I'm ready to go there. Yes, we'll take Bill Cosby as is. The whole situation, yes. What Bill Cosby did in the 1980s helped so many black families that's outside of his own demons in his closet. Too much good and wholesome came from the Cosby Show than did, I feel, his own demons of his sexual, we put a little something in your drink, baby. That shit. I believe it. So yes, Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show, and not even just the Cosby Show. Everything. He was a trailblazer for civil rights
and stand up
for black people standing up for themselves, being proud and being their own bosses and stuff, and doing the right thing. Yeah, he was a fraud the whole time, but it actually changed people's lives and actually got movements made. He donated to lots of charities, helped a lot of black colleges out. So, it's one of those situations that, Myra, he's in trouble. He's paying for it, but I wouldn't take that away.
Yeah, and I agree with you. But I remember Cosby Show. Cosby Show, I think, normalized black people for a lot of white people.
There was nothing. Like the Cosby Show.
And was like a wealthy dad in Brownstone in New York. Like, it was legit. Like,
doctor,
people
lawyer.
Looked up and said, "Oh, okay." Like it just helped. Exactly. It was one of those very instrumental things.
Hey, Jethro, yeah. The black people can be civilized. Look at this Cosby
Look at that sweater he's wearing. It's so nice.
Well, how about that?
He likes Jello pudding pops like I do.
Yeah. Hey, they eat and breathe like us, don't they, Maybelline?
Yeah, look, I think it's hard to ignore that he did do a lot of good. It is that show. You take that away. You don't want him to profit from it, but you don't want it is a good show that did a lot of good for a lot of people. Which it's sad that he exploited that. Harvey Weinstein, I don't give him the same.
He's a dude.
He's not the creative visionary behind those movies. As much as he wants
what
to
is your legacy?
He hired a bunch of good directors and talent. He just was there as the money guy. He won Oscars for movies. I don't believe he didn't make Clerks. Kevin Smith made Clerks, right? He didn't make Tarantino. Tarantino made those movies. Weinstein was a door. He was a clever door who made some good decisions. I don't believe he made any of those creative choices. He just hired people, and so I don't need him. I'm not going to give him a pass on that. I think a lot of the movies and stuff that were done, he doesn't need his name on any of it because he may have approved it, but he didn't create any of it, right? Cosby created it and starred in a show that changed a lot of people's minds about race and family, normalized a lot of stuff. So I got to give Bill Cosby, sadly, the pass in your book, not Weinstein. So, good question, Myra. You brought that in. Now we're gonna get. I'm sure we're gonna get clipped and hated by somebody in the future.
Facts, for sure.
But I am gonna post this one. This was a good one. So thanks. You guys can watch as always. The full show, Change Your Mind, is on audio format on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, etc. Or you can always catch us Tuesdays. And I'm also live 9 p.m. on Thursdays with Nerd Wars. And I'm over on Jody's Corner channel on Wednesdays. So check out and subscribe to him. Thank you so much for watching the replay. Make sure not to miss us when we're live Tuesdays, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.